Hello there, all you amazing people. The internet is stupid. The internet is full of quay people that think they are smart because they have read an article. I am right now milking your amazing little moo titties for content and dislikes and engagement. I mentioned 8 GB RAM for the last almost 4 years. The collective of the intelligence of the smart people on the internet is losing their marbles. Why is that? Well, because I said that for a lot of people, everyday users, 8 GB could be fine and would be fine. I'm living proof of that. I'm using 8 GB right now. I've been using 8 GB this whole year with no issue. We are using computers that work all the way down to 4 GB that still run Windows 11 and doing the kind of thingy that they are doing. Is that an indication that anyone from let me go and find out why the pimple I have on my scrotum is good or bad to let me compile the Linux kernel in 10 different ways while I'm also rendering a video, while I'm also playing CSGO, while I'm also live streaming to all the live stream platforms that exist? No. At least have the brain capacity to understand that. I know it's really difficult for people on the internet to think that everything is not about them and every use scenario is not about their life. If I make a statement that for me, this fat fuck here, what I am doing, my systems is okay. If I say that because of my upgrade path, the way I am updating, this is how I buy hardware, that don't mean that's how you should do it. There is a massive difference between those two statements. I am not sitting and have not sit here and told anyone that everyone should run 8 gig, but the internet thinks so. I have just gave recommendations, real life use with real life examples of how people like me get away with 8 gig, but I'm still getting told that it's a bad message to send. No, it's a bad message to send if you don't understand the difference between this is how I do it, this is how I see a lot of people being okay with what these systems are versus you should do this, you should not have this, you should buy this instead of that. Those things are massively different. Here's another thing. This is again why the internet is stupid. I can make a video and other people can make a video and then someone just wants to fucking put in a statement about something totally different that's vaguely related to it. And then rightfully so, people, other commenters, me, other content creators will say, yeah, you are onto something, but that's not what the video is about. You know what the counter argument is? It's loosely or indirectly related. Well, a lot of things are indirectly related. You can almost indirectly relate anything to everything, but that don't mean we have to talk about it if that's not the main points of the video. This video here, the big macOS RAM debate, which is a little bit clickbait. Why when Linux users are wrong? Clickbait. It works on the fucking internet, that's why I'm using it. Why? Or what is this video? Sorry, what is this video about? It's a video about me explaining how iStatMenu is categorizing the different categories of RAM users. And then talking about how macOS are categorizing the different RAM users, like compressed, active, paging, stuff like that. And then I'm talking about my own experience. Not yours, my experience. And how I've seen other people like me living with systems like that. So it's kind of like me explaining why this shirt is in this store, why I like it, and why it makes sense for a lot of people, why a lot of people also would like to wear that shirt. For then everyone else to come and bitch and moan about anything that has nothing to do with the shirt almost. Or that the shirt is bad because, you know, X, Y, and Z. Instead of just looking at it at what it actually is. It's just one person's highly simplified explanation about how two programs or two systems look at stuff and their experience with it. And for all the smart people here, I even explain in the video. This is how I know that you are stupid. I explain that if you read the documents about your operating system, it says that it's not swapping, it's paging. So every time someone is still using the word to correct me that swapping or swap, you are now telling me you have no fucking concept of what you're talking about. Because swapping is used as a nickname within internal developers, but mostly used for people that don't know what they're talking about because they don't understand the difference between swapping and paging. Few do. I got comments about a few people understanding it. But if you're telling me that, oh, that's not how swapping works, and then you're explaining paging, maybe you should not comment. I even explain hardware use and that there is other things utilizing your hardware read-write cycles like caching, updating files and folders. Again, people then say, oh, now he's talking about casting to the page file. No, I'm talking about caching, you know, cookie caching, temp file caching. As smart as all of you think you are. I can say this, when I get videos like this where I angry the internet, you know what I do? I show a lot of your comments to people that have 10, 20, 15 years of experience in that field. You know what they do? They laugh their fucking ass off, okay? A lot of the comments that I see, especially for people with like a random fucking ass name on them that want to play smart, they understand less than I do, okay? And that fucking tells a lot. And you know how you can see that there's a lot of other stupid people in there? Because they like the comment. That I've been spending 26, 7 years plus with Linux, close to 30 years with Windows on an operating system level, researching, exploring it, and helping and building computers for people since the 90s. Probably longer than most of you have been alive right now. And I do that for a fucking living, okay? I have been reading the kernel manual for the Linux kernel probably more times than some of you guys and girls have read the Bible. I kind of know a little bit about what I'm talking about. I don't know everything. But when I make a video, I make sure that I at least understand the basics. Because my videos is about the basics. I have watched a lot of MIT lectures and what have you not about these subjects. That's not what these videos are about, which a lot of you guys also tend to forget. You cannot cram in the information that a lot of you guys and girls are like, oh, why are you not talking about that? Blah, 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 blah. Because then the video will be 10 hours long and nobody would watch it. Here's another reason why the internet is stupid. I will bet my fucking next salary that most people commenting, especially people with a long ass comment, have not watched the whole video. How do I know that? Because a lot of the fucking criticism and things they're talking about, I am explaining / talking about later in the video. It will be like watching the first 30 minutes of a video, 10 minutes of a video, the first 10 pages of a book, and now you understand everything about it. You don't. There should be some fucking thing on YouTube that if you have not watched the video to the end, you can't comment. Because until you watch the video to the end, you don't have any fucking clue or idea about what the video is about. Just plain being honest here, I'm tired of this whole like being nice and pamper your fucking things. No, this video here is about what do compressed memory mean and blah 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 in a really simplified way. People are debating with me about the price of RAM updates and SSD updates on Apple, their right to repair statements and stuff like that. Has nothing fucking to do with the video. That's a totally different subject. What you could do if you were a fucking smart little Apple would be like, hey, I know this video is about this. Have you thought about making a video about the outrageous fucking upgrade prices, the anti-consumer practices and stuff like that? And you know what? I actually have. But now I'm spending time and effort making this video because you are so fucking stupid. And hopefully this will get into your brain. Then maybe think. I know it's a fucking hard thing to ask, but think. If you don't want to watch the whole video, then don't comment. It's that simple. Leave a dislike, I don't give a fuck, but at least watch the whole thing. And if you don't understand it, I get it. I'm really bad at explaining things sometimes. Watch it again or ask questions, but don't come here and play smart, okay? And I feel it as an insult to nerds, geeks, the tech industry, that even fucking people with a degree and that has trained knowledge can be this fucking wrong. I sit and talk to developers that are educated. I have talked with machine engineers, hardware, software engineers that have 20, 30 years experience, and they fucking listen to me, and I listen to them. I have no formal training in IT, and they at least fucking listen to me. They taught me a lot. I hopefully gave them some insight to something, because I'm looking at this from a non-trained eye. I look at all of this from how 99%, or well, let's say 90% of the consumer or the computer user world looks at it. This is the biggest problem I have with tech people. They love to overcomplicate things to show how smart they are. And by doing that, they're showing how stupid they are. They think that if they can figure it out and if they understand it, everyone else understands it. Again, lack of insight and intelligence. They think, oh, this was good enough, so therefore you stop bitching and moaning. Again, lack of insight and intelligence. 99% of people I see comment on YouTube, I pray that they don't fucking have a job where they make decisions, if I believed in some higher power. There is a reason why I see a lot of the same people in this tech space or in other tech avenues making these essays of comments and stuff like that in again, the same tech space, on different videos, forums, and stuff like that. That tells me one thing: you have time to do so. That means that you're not out making money with your knowledge. That means you're not out working with your knowledge. That also then tells me that you probably are not as smart as you think you are, because if you are this fucking brilliant person, why the fuck are you not out there making money then? Why are you not out there utilizing that intelligence in this field to be one of the highest paid software or whatever tech persons in a company? Explain that to me. Why are you not out there managing people then in this field? Explain it to me. Because what I have noticed, there are some amazing, brilliant people that do essays. I will give you that. But most of the time when I talk to people, if I go in and talk to, like, let's say a person that has like, I think 20 years of development experience and running their own company, do you think they sit and comment on social media all the fucking time? No, they are out working. They are out making money. I can see it if you're retired. I get it. I can see it if you had to step down for mental health reasons. I get it. But the internet is so stupid, because stupid people with no jobs, nothing else to do, or mediocre jobs and nothing else better to do, are the ones occupying most of the internet. Because the rest, they don't have time for that shit. They may watch a video, read a post, disagree, maybe make a dislike, and they're moving away. They're going on to the next thing because they have something else better to do, either social or work-wise. The only reason I am spending this much time on my channel, engagement. I'm milking those cow titties like there's no fucking tomorrow, because every time I and someone else post a comment on a video, that drives up engagement. That helps the algorithm. That means that my video is getting pushed to more people. That means more views. That means more advertisement money. That means more exposure for my channel. And I like poking fun of people once in a while. If you are this fucking smart and making these amazingly brilliant high IQ comments, let me give you a secret. Make a fucking YouTube channel. Because if you are this fucking brilliant, you could become the Mr. Beast in the tech world with your amazing brain and knowledge and expertise. I am being more criticized for things that the video has nothing to do with than actually things that the video is about. See you all later. Bye bye.